for updates on sports stories from across the globe, Ebi Iyomon joins us. Good morning, Ebi. How are you today? Ooh, I like your hair.
Thank you, Bimbai. Good morning, Rufai, and good morning, Dr. Abati. It's great to be here once more. And I will quickly breeze through the stories. We'll begin with the WAFCON, where South Africa began the defense of their Nations Cup title with a 2-0 victory over Ghana in the Group C opener in Morocco, while goals from Linda Mothelbo and Jermaine Supusuinwe in the opening 35 minutes gave Bayana the result they needed to assert their status as title contenders in the now expanded 12-team competition. Ghana, who are making their WAFCON return after a 7-year absence, had several missed chances. Meanwhile, a goal in the first half of injury time from Saratu Traore was enough to see Mali get a slim 1-0 win against Tanzania as both teams began their campaign. Tanzania, who have never won a game at the WAFCON, will have a chance to improve their record when they face South Africa on Friday, while Mali take on Ghana earlier of that same day. After the first game, Senegal, Nigeria, and South Africa all top their groups, while Nigeria will take on Botswana tomorrow. And we are still on football. It is time for the semi-finals of the FIFA Club World Cup, and tonight's game features the only remaining non-European team in the competition. Fluminense have done brilliantly to reach the Final Four, coming through their group before beating Inter in the last 16 and Al Hilal in the quarterfinals. The only previous time Fluminense played against in English competition in the Club World Cup was their 4-0 loss to Manchester City in the 2023 final. Chelsea have had mixed fortunes against Brazilian teams. This will be their third match against Brazilian teams in this year's Club World Cup after a 3-1 loss to Flamengo in the group stage and a 2-1 win over Palmeiras in the quarterfinals. Caicedo, who was suspended in the last game, could make a return. Well, now to transfer news, we look at just two Nigerians, where the drama and suspense between Victor Osimhen and Italian club side Napoli last night as they rejected the Turkish giants Galatasaray's 60 million euros improved bid for Osimhen after an initial offer for 50 million plus 5 million in bonuses was rejected. The Italian champions are insisting that they will not let go of Osimhen for nothing less than 75 million euros, which is the player's release clause. Now, Al Hilal are still in the race for Osimhen, who has rejected the Saudi side several times. For all I know, he has now signed a 3-year extension with Nottingham Forest. The fullback had 1 year left from his previous contract, but is now tied down until 2028. With 37 appearances across all competitions, he played a key role in helping Forest finish 7th in the Premier League last season to qualify for the Europa Conference League playoffs. He joined Stawal winning with his own extension, which was done late last month. And finally, for me, we'll go to tennis, where a devastated Grigor Dimitrov led the Wimbledon in tears after being forced to retire injured when 2 sets up on world number 1 Yannick Sinner. Bulgaria's Dimitrov led the contest 6-3, 7-5, 2-2 when he fell to the ground holding his right side of the chest. It means the Italian top seed Sinner is into the quarterfinals for a second time. But the 3-time Grand Slam winner said afterwards that it was not the way he wanted it to end. For Djokovic, who had Federer in attendance, he struggled to fight off Alex de Minaur's quickness early on before adjusting to overcome a sluggish start and beat the Australian to reach his 16th Wimbledon quarterfinals. For today, the quarterfinals start with Alcaraz in action against Britain's Cameron Norrie, while Taylor Fritz takes on Kashinov. For the women's singles, there will be a new winner, with all the quarterfinalists never getting their hands on the Wimbledon trophy. Sabalenka takes on Signob, while Amanda Anisimova faces off against Pavlyuchenkova. Well, that's all from me on sports today.
Lovely one there at Wimbledon. Goodness me, the games are really panning out. In the women's game, definitely we might probably have somebody clean out there at the title position. Will it be that very young girl called Mereva, or will it be Swiatek, or who is it going to be? Only time will tell. But as regards the men's game, all the big ones, or Sabalenka, only time will tell. You know, Sabalenka has her own thing. Yeah, you can say probably because Coco Gauff is out of the fray. A lot of all the great hitters did go in the first round, but only time will tell. But as regards the men's game, you've got your Sinner in there, you've got your Djokovic. Djokovic is saying this might probably be him smelling 25 Grand Slams. Only time will tell. you have Ben Shelton. Ben Shelton definitely in the last tournament didn't really do well against Sinner. I mean, Sinner gave him a lot of problems. I think Sinner is going to beat him. Ben Shelton is a power server, but when it comes to gameplay and game dynamics, definitely Sinner has it on the wrap. So I see Sinner probably one leg in the semifinals already. Then we'll see what pans out with Alcaraz, and we'll see what pans out with Djokovic. So I think we should not really get pretty much any big upsets. It would be an upset if Ben Shelton beats Sinner for me. But the games have been going good. You know, a lot of people out there. Wimbledon is the pride, you know, of the tennis tour season. In fact, yesterday there was a picture of Vivek Ramaswamy, you know, who is also an avid tennis player, former presidential aspirant in America, you know, for the Republican Party. He was also there. He played tennis up to like, I think the high school or college level. And he was also there to serve out the moment. And you can see the big hitters there. Former tennis greats like Roger Federer and his lovely wife was also a tennis player. Everybody all out there. I want to talk about Osimhen this morning. And it really hurts my heart that we are where we are yesterday again. I don't know if you have new reports on it, but it looks as though he's going to be stuck with Napoli. They couldn't get up a deal with Galatasaray. And you're wondering, is it that the money that Napoli is placing on him, is that a punitive measure because of what transpired in the past? And this is a man that's at the peak of his career. And I say this because clubs have a way to be able to stop the fortunes of a player. You remember Berahino, when he was saying he wanted to leave the club and they delayed him from leaving all that while. And we also saw how it affected his career. When Berahino finally did leave that time, you know, from his club in the I think it was West Bromwich Albion. When he finally did leave West Brom, he couldn't really live up to that billing again. I just hope that's not going to be the lot, you know, of Osimhen. Probably. We hope something good can come out somewhere. I don't know. A last-minute miracle.
All right, I'll go straight to WAFCON and Banyana, who succeeded what most people called a mental test. So we know that there's been so much debate about how much less they're paid compared to their male counterparts, Bafana. Then they had their lead sponsor, Sasol, also pulling out just a week before this tournament, and over the same issues, because Sasol said that, well, they're not going to meet their end of the bargain if the South African Football Association isn't going to meet up to expectations. So given that context, then that beautiful goal that was taken from the penalty spot in a free kick, I think it was a great psychological victory for a team that's fighting so hard, defending champions, but still not really getting their flowers in a way they deserve to at home and still not getting the support. And this is what we see as common with women's football, especially here on the African continent. So, you know, really rooting for them given the number of challenges that they're overcoming just to be in this tournament.
Okay, congratulations to the Banyana, leading Group C, beating Ghana 2-0. And the star of that game is a lady called Jermaine Sesopene, who scored the 2 goals. So South Africa, they are the defending champions. They've won the title once. Equatorial Guinea has won twice. Nigeria has won 9 times. So Nigeria is there with Mission X. They want to win the title the 10th time. So naturally, my sentiment is to support the Nigerian team and to say that we want the Super Falcons to do it again, to beat any country that crosses their path, whether it's Tunisia or Algeria or Ghana. Okay, Zimbabwe didn't even qualify. Anybody that comes,
but
Nigeria, we want Nigeria to try. Okay, you are supporting Super Falcons.
Yes.
Very good. Mm-hmm. Now the Club World Cup FIFA is now in the semi-final stage. 4 teams have qualified: PSG, Chelsea, Fluminense, and what's that 4th team again? Real Madrid. Now, Chelsea and Fluminense are going to play today, 7 p.m. GMT, 1900 GMT, it is called. So, we'll see what happens. And then tomorrow, about the same time, it will be PSG and Fluminense, I think, right? No, PSG, Chelsea. Real Madrid. PSG, Real Madrid tomorrow. Opta, the supercomputer, has been predicting that, PSG and Real Madrid are likely to get into the finals, and the supercomputer says, oh, maybe it's Real Madrid that will win. Well, that remains to be seen. We'll see what happens. But in any case, the issues about the Club World Cup, FIFA, in an expanded format, is about attendance at the games. It's also about FIFA Pro, you know, the Football Professionals Organization also complaining that players are being overworked because they are not being given enough time to rest. Finally, as to Wimbledon, I made a point yesterday that line judges have been eliminated in the 148-year history of the Wimbledon. And you know, an incident occurred on Sunday. Now, Wimbledon, the English national club, you know, has now taken a decision that, okay, they will take a second look at the application of technology. In fact, in the match between, fourth round match between an English player and a Russian player, they had to suspend the use of technology. So you see, sometimes technology may be good, but it brings its own issues. Thank you very much. Ebi Nyamo.